Alrighty. Good afternoon, everybody. How are we all doing today? As usual with the unboxing stuff, Teddy's a little bit static because the webcam is in use for, well, bringing you today's presentation. So you got breathing and mouth motion, and that's about all Teddy's got for the moment. I realize it's a little awkward, but I don't have a good solution yet, unless someone wants to, you know, pony up for me to buy a second webcam. Right, now, those of you that have been paying attention over the last few months will maybe remember that I mentioned I had a big order of Weeb trash on the way from Idea Factory, and it has finally arrived. I tossed up doing everything in one big unboxing, but I thought, nah, best to split it up, and this way I can do first impressions as well as unboxings. So we're going to start with the thing that's still actually relevant, which is the Neptunia x Senran Kagura crossover game, which, surprised this one took this long to exist as a thing. Oh, thanks, thank you very much for the sub there, Kuro, and no worries. I would normally be asleep at this time, but a package got delivered, so I'm awake. Yeah, as I say, it's surprising that this particular crossover took as long as it did to come out, given that Tamsoft, the developer of the Senran Kagura games, did a couple of spin-off titles for the Neptunia franchise in the form of, what was it? Action Unleashed and Blank, I think? Yeah, hang on, I got them here. These two. Whoop. But yeah, so this is the actual crossover game, as it were. So, as the Senran franchise sort of loses relevance, I guess. Maybe that's why they did it now, because it's losing its name power, I guess, due to the long-running censorship issues on the Sony platforms these days. It is unfortunate. Say goodbye to Teddy. He's heading off, and we'll start cracking some things open. We'll start with the base game. Put that to the side for the moment, so we're not getting a face full of glare. We'll still get some glare from this, but yeah. We'll start with the unexciting part, and then move on to the main event in a second. Unfortunately, I don't think a couple of the things I ordered didn't have what they call like an Australian edition, so it's marked with the UK markings, which is a lot bigger than the Australian markings. So you get this big yuck on the box, but what can you do? At least it has a solution for that in the form of reversible cover with no giant mark on it. Always nice. God, I remember, I'm gonna go a bit old man here, but I remember when they started like forcing these kind of changes, like the markings on video games and anime, and reversible covers without the massive ratings logos taking up the box art was a kind of a big deal. It's a big thing in the physical anime collecting scene for a long time, as I own a considerably sizable anime collection. Had I been doing what I do these days, back in the day, I probably would have covered much anime unboxing, but that's not really a thing That, and I don't cover much in the way of anime on. Well, I've never covered any anime or anything really to do with like actual anime series on the channel, because that's, yeah, video games is where I'm at. Anyway. Ooh, that's nice quality print. Actually, don't remember what's in this. Ooh, it's a proper flip box. Nice. It's a soundtrack, art book, obviously that's actually really nice. Damn. Gonna get it without so much glare, but that looks really quite nice. Some like limited tins are a bit naff, but actually this one's really good. Just the art is really nice. The like the colors really pop. I don't know if that's coming up so well on the webcam. This one's yeah, really good. And yeah, I get that, Nova. I get that. I'm always worried about getting a scratch on them for sure. What do we got? Actually, I gotta admit that the flip out box for this makes it really easy to get at everything. Normally it's like a lid, like, I mean, any of you that have seen the unboxings for this stuff before, it's normally like a lid on a set box, so you can't really get at the side, so you got to sort of heave it out, which can get a little worrying. Sometimes you might damage the inserts. I suppose that's probably not of much interest to most people, but I tend to put them back together nicely. Hey, Static, how's it going? As for the Persona 5 Steelbook, I don't think I actually got a collector's edition of Persona 5. So I don't think I have a Steelbook for it. We are currently listening to the soundtrack. I just pulled it up on the interwebs. It's a little stiff. Anyway, as has been the case for a lot of like Idea Factory releases, they actually give you a decent soundtrack with them these days. Like, it's a full 26 track. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the entire soundtrack for this game. Yeah, so I'm gonna, so long as that's actually the, it's sort of hard to get on the webcam. It's not gonna focus. Oh, no, focus. There we go. So long as that's actually the full vocal theme, then yeah, that is the full soundtrack. Because often back in the day, a lot of the collector's editions came with what they called like sampler soundtracks, which would be like a couple of tracks and usually none of them the vocal tracks. Whereas these days you get the full soundtrack and often with the vocal track. And of course, usually the highlight of these things, a hardcover art book. Just do a quick flip through this. How best to present it. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. Reduces the glare a little bit at least. Probably be minor spoilers in here, but we got no context for it, so she'll be right. It'll be interesting to see how this plays. Because I do quite enjoy the excuse me, the basic gameplay of the Neptunia game, of the Senran Kagura games, so... Hey, Ice Dragon, how's it going? There's always... You always get some, like, big robot designs in the Neptunia franchise. They always pop up in weird places. Someone at Idea Factory, or, yeah, Idea Factory? Compile Heart? I can't remember who owns who these days. Likes their robots. We'll be doing a first impressions of the game shortly. Once we're done unboxing all the physical content. That's quite nice. As I said, the steel book is really very nice. Steel books are very hit and miss. This one has turned out like really nice. How much? I don't remember. I try not to think about it. I've got every Neptunia Collector's Edition except for Rebirth 1, because that was printed in such low quantity and I didn't get the order for it back in the day, unfortunately. So at this point I don't ask anymore what the cost is. It'd be like 70 to 80 euro. That's usually what these are priced at. Which, yeah, it's pretty expensive, I realize. But what I do is not for everyone. Ah, now that's quite nice. Yeah. I'll be putting that up on the wall for sure. I don't really have a good way of yeah, this actually looks quite nice, and it's not like uber titty monster style. Like I've got a few of these that it's like Jesus Christ. But this is actually fairly reserved. So I'll definitely be putting that up on the wall somewhere. I have to work out how to hang it. But that's actually quite nice. I quite like that. The worst offender. I don't remember if I did an unboxing for. What was the damn game called? Yori no Nikuni? Nights in Azure, for the English title. But that had a huge, like, cloth banner thingy, but it was just like massive tits everywhere. God damn, alright. That's a bit much, even for me. Alright. Ooh, bit shiny. I don't have like professional lighting. I'm literally just using the ceiling light. Hence the glare in some places. Oh! Thank you for the follow there, Ice Dragon. Yeah, it's pretty simple collector's edition, but that's all this stuff in the physical box. We will now transition over to a first impressions of the actual game itself. Can you even buy, like, a copy of the Rebirth 1 Collector's Edition anymore? Like, it used to go for over $1,000, and that was years ago. I haven't seen anyone actually selling a copy of it. In forever. Because the only one I don't have. I probably would pay... Well, 1,000 was always way too much. I'd probably pay a sizable chunk for it if I could... See, the problem is, like, there's plenty of Japanese copies. Yeah, 1,100, that's too much. That's way too much. I'd be willing to pay up to maybe, like, 500. But, yeah, 1,000 is way too much. Especially for, like, a game I own, what, like, 4 times over at this point? I mean, minor spoiler for an unboxing stream that'll be coming later, but we have the PS5 port of it in a collector's edition format that we'll be doing at a later date. That was part of today's massive order of stuff that turned up. Anyway, yes, as I said, we will now transition over to gameplay. Just give me a moment to handle the transition.